Welcome to the CV Confidence Coach podcast with your host Liz Maguire, where she helps you to learn the secret of an interview-winning CV. Liz shows you how to deliver a compelling CV which increases career confidence, optimises your professional visibility, and opens interview doors. Tune in weekly as she shares proven and simple strategies to help you craft your interview-winning CV. Make sure you head over to www.giraffecvs.co.uk to subscribe for our free newsletter with more CV writing and career tips.
Okay, so this might seem a little random, but today I wanted to talk to you about giraffes. Now, my company's called Giraffe CVs, and how I came to this name was quite a funny story, because I wanted to set up this CV writing company, and I decided that an animal name would be really great. So I was sitting in my son's nursery one night, and he had this jungle animal frieze around the walls, and on it were zebras, elephants, and what else? Was it hippos or lion? I think lions as well. There was 4 or 5 jungle animals, and I went round and thought, one of these could be really great for my company name. I wanted something that stood out, and I thought animal names are really memorable, and people have a kind of natural affinity with animals, so that's what I'll go with. And I was going round the frieze thinking, lion CVs, no, that doesn't sound right. Elephant CVs, no, that's not quite right. Zebra CVs was maybe zebra CVs is good, but then I hit on giraffe CVs, so that became my company name, and it was a kind of gut instinct decision. So there was no massive foundation for it, I have to admit, but actually, as time has gone on, there's a lot to be said for the giraffe, and I'm really glad that I've called the company that name. So I actually came up with a strapline a couple of years ago, which was that Giraffe CVs would help you aim high, stand tall, and get spotted. And as you can see, there's a lot about the giraffe that can relate to the job seeker. So nature actually teaches us some of the best lessons, and there is a lot that we can learn from the giraffe which can be applied to writing your CV. So this week on the podcast, I thought I'd talk through some of the giraffe attributes and how these relate to us as a job seeker. Let's get started. So first of all, giraffes are tall. As the tallest living land animal, giraffes are able to browse for food at heights that most other species can't reach. Their height gives them a natural advantage, and together with their long tongues, they're not afraid to stretch to reach the juicier leaves. They've got a fantastic stature, and this also enables them to see much further than most animals occupying the plains, and they use this far sight to spot opportunities that might be missed by other animals. So what can you learn from the giraffe? Well, when preparing your CV, don't be afraid to stick your neck out and aim high. Think about where you want to be, jot down your target, and then ruthlessly evaluate your CV to determine whether it will get you there. The second attribute, which is kind of related to the first, is that giraffes have long necks and legs, and this enables them to stand proudly above other species. Their long legs empower them to run extremely fast or cruise comfortably, and their elongated necks are used to battle and scare off other giraffes. I saw this on a documentary a while back, and I was actually shocked at how violent they can be. So follow the giraffe's lead. Value and leverage your assets on your CV. Your CV isn't the place to be humble and self-depreciating. It's a powerful platform to showcase your unique skills, your qualifications, and your experience in the best possible light for your target job. I recognise that it's against most people's nature to brag about their accomplishments, but this is absolutely the place to be loud and proud about your achievements. After all, if you don't tell your target employer about the value you can add, then who will? The next attribute of the giraffe that I wanted to talk about is the fact that they're very lean. They don't adopt an excessive lifestyle. Make sure your CV is lean and give your reader the amount of information they require. Not too much, not too little. Your CV needs to provide just enough information to show that you're an exceptional match for your target role and organisation, enticing the recruiter to request a meeting with you. Information overload is a CV turn-off, and the reaction is likely to be a sigh or worse, a tut. Use your CV to present a potential employer with the information they're looking for, without the distraction of information they just don't need. What else can I tell you about giraffes? Well, they're attractive, striking animals with a beautiful spotted coat. You can't help but look at them. So what can you learn? Present your CV to court the reader. Entice them to read through it and find out what sets you apart from other applicants. The design and format of your CV should make it both quick and easy to read, both as a whole document and in sections. Combine visual impact with powerful and relevant content. An attractively presented and well-worded CV can really springboard your salary. It demands recognition of your strengths, your achievements, and your valuable experience to date. So, giraffes are widely recognised as specialist animals. They focus their efforts on the things they're good at. Applying this lesson to your CV, a generic CV will be much less attractive and effective than a focused and targeted outline of your strengths and achievements. Imagine the recruiter sitting with a checklist in one hand and your CV in another. Does your CV make it easy for them to tick off their list of requirements? Does it demonstrate that you're able and willing to do the job? If you write your CV with the recruiter's needs in mind, you'll be one step further to ensuring your CV is shortlisted. The key really is to position yourself as a candidate they simply must meet by outlining your capabilities, your skills, your experience, and linking clearly to your target role and career aims. Giraffes might spend time together in groups, but they think of themselves as individuals. Although giraffes are usually found with others of their kind, these groups are ever changing in their composition. In the Journal of Natural History, Volume 19, Issue 4, Pratt and Anderson describe such groups as a collection of individuals that are less than a kilometre apart and moving in the same general direction. So what can we learn? As individuals, our ambitions, objectives and chosen paths will never be exactly the same as the guy sitting next to us. With this in mind, don't try to copy someone else's CV. You're on your own journey, and this should be clear from how you present yourself. Giraffes reach for the juiciest acacia leaves, and this makes the most of the nutrition they ingest and minimises the time that they need to spend feeding. Putting in the effort to prepare a great CV will dramatically reduce the amount of time you need to spend on your job search. A well-presented, compelling CV will elicit a positive response from recruiters and ensure you get noticed and increase your chances of selection. One final point about the giraffe. Giraffes have long been admired throughout history because they are like no other species. There's no set formula for the perfect CV, but originality and sincerity are certainly key ingredients. Your CV should leave your target employer with no doubts about who you are and what value you can add to their organisation. So, you heard it here first. Be more giraffe. As a job seeker, aim high, stand tall and get spotted. Thanks for listening.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the CV Confidence Coach podcast. If you did, please do leave a review and subscribe here in iTunes to make sure you don't miss the next show. Head on over to www.giraffecvs.co.uk to subscribe for our free newsletter for more CV writing and career